8 years is a long time to carry dirt that was never yours. That kind of weight changes how someone walks into rooms. It changes how messages get typed and deleted. It changes how a laugh sounds when certain names come up. And the wild part is, most of that mess wasn't even caused by anything real. It was gossip, half-truths, assumptions, and people filling in blanks with whatever made them feel better about their own mess. Meanwhile, silence looked like guilt to outsiders. Not defending yourself fast enough turned into proof. Not fighting back turned into weakness. And over time, folks got comfortable painting a picture that never had all the facts. Living under that for years forces a choice. Keep chasing every rumor or step back and let time expose who was actually messy from the start. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people hate hearing. Explaining yourself over and over rarely fixes anything. The ones committed to misunderstanding aren't confused. They just prefer the version of the story that makes them look clean and someone else look dirty. So energy gets wasted drafting long messages, replaying conversations, trying to find the perfect sentence that will finally make everything clear. It doesn't land. It never does. Because the problem was never lack of clarity. It was ego, pride, and the need for a villain. When the decision is made to stop defending every little thing, something shifts. The noise doesn't stop immediately, but the stress level does. That constant need to prove innocence fades. And funny enough, once explanations stop, the people who were watching quietly start noticing who keeps talking and who just keeps living. Toxic behavior has patterns. It looks like someone smiling in public and switching up in private. It looks like being cool until boundaries show up. It looks like jokes that always go a little too far, then acting shocked when called out. Over time, those small moments pile up. There's pressure to keep the peace, to laugh it off, to not make things awkward. That pressure is heavy. Most people fold under it because fitting in feels safer than standing alone. But staying quiet about disrespect builds resentment. It builds this low-level anger that shows up in other areas of life. Work feels heavier. Relationships feel tense. Sleep gets lighter. Eventually, a breaking point comes. And when it does, it's not loud. It's calm. It's a simple shift in access. Less replies. Less availability. Less emotional investment. That's when certain people start panicking because control starts slipping. Silence gets misunderstood. People think it's weakness or fear. Sometimes it's strategy. Not every accusation deserves a reaction. Not every lie deserves a rebuttal. Watching someone spiral because there's no response says more than any argument ever could. It exposes who feeds on attention and who just wanted chaos. Staying calm while someone tries to provoke a reaction takes discipline. It takes swallowing pride. It takes ignoring that urge to clear everything up right now. But calm is power. Calm forces others to sit with their own words. And most can't handle that. They double down, talk louder, reach further. Eventually, it becomes obvious who is chasing drama and who isn't. That's when observers start connecting dots on their own. No speech required. No dramatic reveal. Just patterns playing out in real time. Social circles are brutal when someone becomes the easy target. Once a narrative sticks, people bond over it. It becomes a shared joke, a common enemy, a reason to feel united. And breaking that cycle threatens the group dynamic. So anyone trying to step out of that role faces resistance. There will be side comments, cold shoulders, invitations that suddenly disappear. That sting is real. No point pretending it doesn't hurt. But here's the thing: acceptance built on a false story was never solid to begin with. It was conditional. It was based on staying small and staying quiet. The moment self-respect enters the picture, certain connections crumble. That collapse feels like loss at first. Later, it feels like space. Space for real conversations. Space for people who don't need a villain to feel close to each other. Manipulation doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle guilt. After everything I did. Sometimes it's flipping situations. You're too sensitive. Sometimes it's acting confused. I don't know why this is even an issue. Over years, that kind of behavior makes someone question their own memory. Was it really that bad? Maybe it was overreacting. Maybe staying quiet would have been easier. That internal back and forth is exhausting. The turning point comes when patterns are undeniable. Same moves, same outcomes, same apologies with no change. Once that realization settles in, there's less arguing and more observing. Less reacting and more adjusting. Boundaries get firmer. Access gets limited. And when manipulation stops working, the reaction can get ugly. That backlash isn't proof of wrongdoing. It's proof that the old system stopped functioning. There's also the part nobody talks about: growth. Makes some people uncomfortable. When someone who used to tolerate nonsense suddenly stops, it throws off the balance. The ones who benefited from silence feel exposed. They might bring up old stories to drag things back to a time when control was easier. They might try to remind everyone of past mistakes, even if those mistakes were exaggerated in the first place. But growth means not taking the bait. It means not fighting old battles with new awareness. Staying steady while someone else tries to rewind the narrative takes restraint. It's tempting to clap back, to lay everything out publicly. But peace is quieter than revenge, and staying focused on daily routines, personal goals, and healthy connections speaks louder than any confrontation. Choosing self-respect over validation feels lonely at first. Not checking who unfollowed, not chasing approval, not trying to win back people who already decided their stance. That shift takes courage, because for a long time, acceptance probably felt tied to survival. Smiling through disrespect, agreeing to avoid conflict, staying available to avoid being labeled difficult. Letting that go changes how days look. Free time increases. Mental space clears up. There's less overthinking about who said what. Instead, energy goes into simple things: consistent work, real friendships, quiet hobbies. small wins that don't need an audience, and slowly, confidence rebuilds without needing applause. That's when something powerful happens. Criticism hits differently. It doesn't sting the same, because identity isn't built on outside approval anymore. Watching others unravel when control fades is eye-opening. The louder someone gets, the clearer it becomes that calm was never weakness. When accusations escalate and stories get wilder, it's usually desperation talking. Most people can sense when something feels forced. They might not say it out loud, but they notice. The ones who were once convinced start asking quiet questions. Inconsistencies start stacking up. Meanwhile, staying composed keeps dignity intact. No messy public fights, no screenshot wars, no late-night emotional posts, just consistency. And consistency over time beats drama. It builds quiet credibility. Even if apologies never come, even if full truth never gets announced publicly, stability becomes its own form of settling things. Not revenge, not payback, just balance restoring itself without force. At the end of it all, life keeps moving. 8 years of tension doesn't freeze the future. Jobs change, cities change, friend groups evolve. The same people who once fueled negativity might fade into background noise. Trying to control every outcome only drains energy. Letting events unfold without constant interference feels uncomfortable at first. There's fear that silence will be mistaken again. But experience proves otherwise. Time has a way of exposing patterns without help. Staying grounded, handling responsibilities, showing up consistently. That's the real shift. Not dramatic speeches, not big announcements, just steady progress. And one day, looking back, it won't feel like losing years. It'll feel like surviving a long lesson and finally walking out without needing anyone's approval to know what actually happened.